Hunt with passion. Never stop casting. Chase the dream. Welcome to Season 3 of Musky Mastery Outdoors, sponsored by Joe Bucher Outdoors, #1 in big game fish products.
Smokes, that was probably the craziest strike of all time. Oh my God. Hoping she's hooked well. I have no idea how she's hooked. No idea how she's hooked. Well, I'll tell you that. Not hooked well. I can tell you that much. Not hooked well. Oh my God, I can't believe we got her. And she's off. And she's off. Oh my gosh. Was that not one of the craziest figure-8 strikes I've ever had in my entire life? And she's unhooked. Oh my gosh. Was that ever amazing or what? Wow, you guys, I mean, musky fishing is just one of those sports that keeps you on your toes. Wow, nice fish right there. I mean, that was probably one of the more incredible strikes I've ever had in my entire angling career. I mean, what? Just a bruiser. She just absolutely hammered that little 500 grape flame. What a fight. I barely got her. Holy cow. Let's get her back and I'll tell you a little bit more about what happened to make this fish strike. Beautiful muskie. Holy cow. Was that cool or what? Well guys, I have been fishless for the entire day so far, and what time is it here? 5:41. I mean, I've been pounding and pounding and pounding away. You know, there's some scouting mixed in there, but you know, hitting good spots, mixing it up between rocks and weeds, and just haven't gotten a muskie to go. And a couple of things though that really are unique to this catch. I mean, you know, you just saw that figure-8 strike was one of the best of all time. But what led to that fish? A couple things here. First is you're going to see here we had a complete change in light. Now you can see the sun shining on me now, but we really do have this cloud cover rolling in. So we've got a light transition, and that was a big key of the reason I went back to this reef. I went back to one of my go-to reefs and scored here on a light change. Now, one thing that's interesting is you just saw is that I was casting into the wind on the opposite side of the reef. Now, interestingly, I had already cast that front wind-blown side of the reef, and I always make it a point now to come around and cast the back sides of the reefs, whether it's muskies, smallmouth bass on reefs, you name it. When you're fishing reefs, you have to check both sides, and here's the reason why. These muskies position themselves, I believe, it's one of my theories, they position themselves positioned into the wind and intercept bait fish that blow into the reef or move into the reef with the wind. And I think they really react more to baits that are coming with the wind into their face than they do sometimes in the opposite direction of the wind. So you really do have to make it a point to check the back sides of the reefs. Another thing here, wasn't getting any action, simply downsized to the 500 booker tail tinsel. I was just actually throwing double 8s and hadn't really raised any muskies. Simple downsize here is all it took, and we got a fish to strike. You know, during that battle, one thing I can say for sure is obviously keep a tight line, but engaging free spool. You're going to see, you know, we talk about this all the time, this whole season 3, and you saw it on this fight. You've got to engage free spool. You know, your drag is set pretty tight for a 35-pound bruiser, but when you've got, these 36 to 40-inch muskies, they're not going to be able to pull out that drag. And when they're hooked in a poor spot like I had on this muskie, you have to really be careful on not putting too much pressure. Tight line, but not too much pressure. Guys, that was one of the coolest strikes of all time. I'm really excited that I get to show you this. Anyway, I'm going to keep going here, but went back to the old standby here under tough conditions. 500, great flame booker tail, got the job done. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this segment, and as always, thanks for watching.